going? What role is he going to be? There's a lot of value in being a core Wraith King up against like a lot of Wombo combo, right?
Yeah.
Because it gives more value to your reincarnation, but they are going to take care of one of those kind of like early game siege heroes like the Lina. That would have been really nice with all the attack speed that she has.
Definitely. The heroes that can just sort of park themselves down there in front of you and just pummel. And I guess the other thing, too, is that you talk about heroes that can like blow up a Clinks, particularly if he doesn't happen to have Death Pack up. So something to watch for. And the Spirit Breaker from Evil Geniuses. Space Cow's running.
Okay. It'll be probably a crit Spirit Breaker then. I'm sure Fly will be on his Phoenix, as it is a bit of a classic for him. I like Spirit Breaker. He has also been a hero that's showing up a lot in pubs, not so much in the pro meta because he wasn't really a thing during the Super Major. So someone who's new, but he is a BKB piercing support, which is good to have. He helps you in terms of, like, you talk about the laning stage being so important and then snowballing out of the laning stage. Well, there's not a lot of heroes better at that than Spirit Breaker. This guy needs no items. He can just cross the whole map. If you manage to get treads on him, because you get a couple kills early, you're this, like, 1,200 HP support who just feels unkillable and not worth dealing with. And a couple lucky bashes go your way. Game feels good, but all right, that's what we call the game winner hero and a classic infest carrier. But it's like you get into a little bit of a corner maybe, and you're like, how do we win this game? This is one of the heroes that comes to mind, right?
Well, and the other thing that comes to mind is picking that into a traditional, I don't know if I'd call it a counter, but a hero that's hard to deal with in the Spirit Breaker. Yeah. Like, you just run mid with this guy, and mid lane is already hard enough when you're dealing with Sumail, particularly when it's a Sumail who is on a killing hero, and then he has that Spirit Breaker running in there. XXS is going to need to play his heart out. This could be tough.
Yeah, it's curious to see how Boboka is going to perform, too, if this indeed ends up being the support Pugna. So what kind of value is there in support Pugna this game? The Nether Ward's okay. The D-Crap's very good against Clinks, and not so much against Tiny, though. It can be all right as long as Sumail's already used his spells. Like, that tends to be like the first thing happens in a fight, and then maybe you can D-Crap after and just making sure there's no follow-up in terms of the right clicks. But this isn't the most incredible support Pugna game I've ever seen,
Fair enough.
You need a lot of levels.
Now, we do have to sort of say to ourselves, the classic, is this a free Storm game?
Yes.
Blitz isn't here, but in spirit, what do you think?
It looks pretty good, right? There's no classic enemies. The one concern I would have would still be the Enigma. This is the kind of guy that really wants to target you down. He's going to be saving that black hole basically for you. And you don't have a BKB piercing disabled on the side of IG.
Right.
Kind of a big deal when you're playing against Enigma, especially the S4 Enigma.
Well, we're going to have to see as we get ready to hop into this game number 1. It's IG versus EG. Let's take a look. You want to do some predictions. Number of teleports canceled. Say 1. Smoke ain't kills. I'm not getting any of these predictions, but let's go with it, and then we'll take it off the screen.
Might as well, see how it goes. I think Aggressive's going to have the most D awards. What do you think? This guy.
I like that.
All right. To start, though, Fly and Arteezy are just chilling in the base. I mean, they don't know what they're doing. They're trying to figure out. They're like, yeah, I don't think I want a bounty rune, guys.
They're switching it up. They pick up some salves, and it looks like they're going to be trading offerings. I don't know what they're doing.
Man, I know that some teams smoke and get really aggressive, but this just seems really safe.
Wait.
To be staying in the well of all places.
Wait a minute. What? Hold on. Fly is playing Clinks?
They've switched? All right. I'm curious. Something going on here. Interesting.
Were they trying to... Oh,
man. Were they trying a swap thing and it failed or something?
I'm wondering if they were trying to swap and then they messed it up.
Time to just switch seats, boys.
Because he's okay. I'm wondering if he just switched seats at this point. Because Fly is definitely not supposed to be playing Clinks.
Well, he's got the taunt, so maybe that's what allows him to play Clinks. Either way, Fly Clinks, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it says. That's what we're going with. And since they were in the fountain for so long, there's no way they're getting this room.
All right. Well, not a hot start. Not a hot start so far. Say what you will about whether or not it's the right person playing the right heroes. At the very least, you don't want to have to deal with that right at the beginning. But okay.
Yeah, Arteezy, man, he's been practicing. All right, he's ready to be the Firebird.
Okay.
Sure, it's going to be all right.
Wow. Well, on a bombshell to start this.
I am loving this build from S4, by the way. The quad mango strat.
Ooh.
This guy is opening a fruit stand down here, and he's even shared one with Crit. You can see Crit's got one there, too. Already one customer. Looking very good.
Definitely. Mid lane, talked about XXS versus Sumail on the Storm Spirit and Tiny, respectively. As far as matchup goes, I think the kill potential really starts to happen later on once you start getting some more points up in Avatos.
Yeah, it should be in Sumail's favor for sure. Just like very high chance of getting a kill around level 3 or 4 or something. Plus, he has the added benefit of the rotation from the Spirit Breaker.
Fly? Fly. Yeah, that's a good little point. It looks like IG figured out what's going on. I'm not sure if EG has yet, but we'll see.
I'm glad they're just as confused as we are.
Yeah.
Shout out to the players for letting the people at home know exactly how they're feeling. Very much appreciating the all chat here.
Definitely. Now, a couple of Eidolons going to be taken away as the creep pull did actually come through as well. This is something we were talking about as a possibility in the future. Bobica went and grabbed the entire one, and that's one of the benefits of this Pugnut. Very high movement speed.
So fast. Like, you guys, that's not a bug or anything. At 337, no movement speed on him. So this guy is like Skywrath Ench level stuff. And Arteezy, beautiful ward placement. You'd never know he was a core player. Of course, he was fully spotted by a ward, and so it can be dewarded at their will.
Yeah, I'm very curious to hear what the insider is. I'm sure that if there's some interviews going on later, they'll be asking about this one. As SRF having a very decent time here so far, about even. And actually, they popped the Strike, not able to get out the Wraithfire Blast. They're going to force back this Wraith King.
Meanwhile, the mid lane, things not going well for XXS. As you can see, 12-6 versus the 6-1. It's what you'd expect. At least he's able to get a few last hits here, but very scary situation. And again, he always has to be watching that bottom lane. You know, you never know when Crits is going to show up. And before you're level 6, you are just food as a Storm Spirit. And who are his rotating supports? It's a support Pugna, and it's a Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden, when she TPs to help you, that's one of her spells. You know, she doesn't have a lot of mana to work with.
Speaking of Crystal Maiden, Q in a little bit of trouble here as they're getting the hits. If Crit gets a bash, it might be enough, but did not come through. And in spite of the Orb of Venom, he's able to walk away from that one. Yeah, very low mana pool on Crystal Maiden, particularly with the most recent nerf that it got to Crystal Nova as well.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Ourselves a little bit of a fortification as well, just to mess with the CSing going on there in the mid lane, I do believe. And well, so far, it seems pretty decent. It's a lot of pressure.
I just realized there are people who have Arteezy in their fantasy. They're going to be missing a lot of points.
Oh, no. Wait, I played Fly. Oh, yes, I'm in there. I'm in there. Let's go. Let's do this every game.
Beautiful. Man, EG just hating on the fantasy players right now.
Well, we do have just about that 4-minute mark, getting closer towards the first rune spawns. Stable lanes so far also. Crit just hiding off map. Q is going to spot him, so they know that Storm Spirit can play a little bit more safe here in the mid lane, at least for the moment. But as you said, that anxiety of a Spirit Breaker being off map. And now
Spirit Breaker with a DD.
All right. Not bad.
Oh, he's TPing top. He's going to make a play here.
Oh, this is really cool. Who do you go on?
I guess whoever's just closer, honestly.
Yeah.
Whoever presents themselves, either one's kind of fine. You just got to make sure he doesn't get stunned. That's probably the main goal. He's currently sitting in the Nether Ward, which he'll know if he takes a look, though. So that will alert them to the charge. So they're going to be pretty quick.
And, you know, even just staying down here, though, XXS is being forced to hide.
They just dodged the Wraithfire Blast with the Strafe, too.
Nicely done. And then they move in. SRF going to go down. They do rotate with the Crystal Maiden. Has a full mana pool still, but they will lose Crit. Still worth to take down that Wraith King.
Yeah, Arteezy still managing to get first blood there from the support.
Hey.
Yeah, got to get that gold. He hasn't learned to trade off. You know, he's used to making sure the kill is secured for him.
Q going to be charged just to get Spirit Breaker out here that much more quickly.
Oh, aggressive.
As they want to contest for the bounty runes.
Yeah, he's postured down bottom and stolen it, too. Very nice play. And that means that S4's in the wrong spot because he assumed he was back at his own bounty rune, and Aggressive will get both. That is 4 bounty runes for IG. Ladies and gentlemen, just call it now, I would say. Like, why do we even keep playing?
That's fair. You know, that's a good question to ask. They're looking great. I am very impressed with Invictus Gaming. Granted, still very, very early, but we do see a smoke up towards mid now. The level 3 Phoenix moving in, but with the Storm Spirit hiding away to the side, he knows that this gank could be coming and is just going to try and farm up his 6, I guess, in the jungle.
Yeah, it's a good call. Crit's been missing for a while, so play it safe. And the other thing is that Sumail is also level 6, so that's going to be roughly 600 damage burst. A little bit more, actually, probably like 7 some. So a little bit too much to toy with when you're under 800 HP.
Aggressive. They did see this rotation coming in from the rest of the Dire heroes, but I don't know if Aggressive can get out of here. He doesn't have Rage anymore and taking a lot of damage with that Sun Ray. They're able to take him down.
He did get some Bannerins, but one thing he's been lacking has been levels, because this is Enigma, ladies and gentlemen. This hero is so strong in the lane right now. We don't have supports that can handle it. And look at those denies. He's at 16. That's why this Lifestealer is level 3. He's been dual laning. The CM's level 2.